Hello and welcome to another episode of Literary Gladiators, the show where we discuss and debate literature in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game. Let's meet the panel.
I'm Kaila.
I haven't had dinner. I mean, Jesse.
And I'm Josh. And in order to express my apologies to Jesse for hurting her feelings in the late last episode,
That's right.
I got her a bag of potato chips.
For dinner.
We're going to be having the sandwiches from whenever we were going to wait.
Second dinner? Charlie would be so proud.
This is an appetizer.
Appetizer. I think Charlie would be happy with second dinner.
Oh, and I just got a text from my very loving and generous dad, and he said he got items from the bakery.
Ooh.
So we have dessert too.
Did you say dessert?
Yes. Oh. We got Tori back.
Yay! Hi guys. I guess I'll be back
Want
for
appetizer?
dessert.
Alrighty. I was gonna say food, favor, or hugs, but that.
I guess like a baked good.
To go back to the whole women panel, Josh has learned a very important lesson here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, women talk a lot, therefore you're not part of the panel. When you offend them, you use food to get them to come back.
Exactly.
But most
So
importantly,
take notes, all who like women. This is how you win us back.
This
but
is
most
what
importantly,
happens.
we know who's the favorite.
Rule
We
number
do
one,
know.
I guess show the favorite who's the favorite, and they won't go away.
Okay. We are going over a poem by a woman.
Surprise!
Good transition.
The poem is called Still by Wislawa Szymborska. And the discussion starter that I have for this is...
Fancy LG notebook.
I love it.
I want it so bad.
Why do you believe the people in this poem keep their names but not their personhood?
I think there's a lot of weight that comes with names. And sometimes names kind of come with their own personalities. Because imagine, if I said William, okay, that's fine. But if I said Shakespeare, there's a certain defined personality in there. So, or being nicknamed Timmy instead of Thomas. So you have those colloquial kind of things, but on a grander scale. And also, sometimes, especially in families, there's that passing down of names. So you'd have a third or a fourth, a junior and a senior. Names hold weight.
I like the way you said that.
They do.
It was just such a way of saying it. I just liked it.
And imagine, there's also fictional characters, Thumbelina or
Harry
Dorothy,
Potter. Yeah.
Harry Potter, those kind of things. So from a fictional and from a traditional everyday standpoint, names come with their own personalities, sometimes for better
It's
or
going
worse.
around on Facebook right now. Kyle's Punch Drywall.
Yeah.
Kyle's a monsters. So okay, yeah, no, I think you said it perfectly.
Taking into account, it's almost certain that this poem is about the Holocaust. And I get the idea that these are people being transported on trains in boxcars to their next destination. And the one thing that interests me is, at this point they're being stripped of their personhood, and I would think that after this poem takes place, they're going to be stripped of their names too, because when they were in the camps, they took on a number.
Yeah,
And
it's
they
the
lost
only
their
thing that they
identity,
have
too.
before entering that, yeah. And again, it ties back to the tradition of family. You know, maybe not first names, but even last names. If you look at both, you lose that, you lose who you are from a cultural standpoint. And there's, I think, if you're looking at the Jewish religion, there's this tradition of naming children after if they have a similar, so say the father of the mother. So the grandfather has is a Richard or a Caleb or something like that. That next child, be it female or male, they get a
Pays
name.
homage to them.
Yeah, so like say they're, I think this is actually my family. The first one is like a Samuel. I have a great aunt whose name's Star, Starr, because it's evocative of that.
Oh, that's similar to Ari was named after a relative of his, and he's Jewish, living in a.
I was gonna say,
Jewish
you
family.
see, Gus, I used to work very closely with the Hasidic Jewish community, and you saw it all the time. Like, so
names
like,
hold weight. Names hold power, and there are certain cultures that believe that names have power.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I think in this circumstance, that's what they're holding on to. But in this case, they're also holding on to as much identity as they possibly can,
Oh, God,
while it's all getting away from them, being.
well, I mean, they have to, because like in the Holocaust, or at least
Strips you down.
yeah,
Until you
you
are
shave
just
your
like
head. Yeah,
They
everything's
take anything and
removed from
everything
you
that is
makes you
tangible from you.
And if you don't
And
provide any
intangible.
use, they kill you and turn you into soap or another kind of, to them, a useful.
You are utilitarian
Object.
to a fault. And so names, like traditions, like, superstitions, like cultural rites of passage, they hold that weight and they hold that power. And it's a weighty thing. I'm going to keep on using the word weight, but like that's the only way
That's
that
a
I can
favorite
think.
word this episode.
Well, you get what I mean.
I mean, I think that this poem also does an excellent job with the way how lyrical it is in the words that it uses, the repetition.
It has like a hymn feeling to it.
Yes, it does. I would say, yeah, it's very. Szymborska was an outstanding Nobel Prize-winning poet too. So glad that I have her collections. But was there anything else anybody wanted to add?
I think it's a very somber piece. I think it's a piece that should be read out loud as well as to themselves.
It helps, yeah.
I agree.
It gives that I'm like trying to think of the right word for it.
Gets you like in the mood, I guess. Like it puts you in the correct state of mind to read it out loud. You can't really get a feel for the rhythm of it.
I think not only that, like, when you're reading something out loud, sometimes you're absorbing the words more, and you have a better understanding of what you're reading. If you're taking your time and looking and reading each word, you're really grasping what is being said, I guess.
Yeah.
Already. Any final thoughts?
It's a lovely, quick little read, and you should read it.
Yeah, I agree with
And
that.
I definitely want to check out more of her writing.
Yeah, I would like to make my
very,
way through this
evocative.
feature poetry collection myself. This is Poems New and Collected by Wislawa Szymborska. As Tori said, I plan to read more. This one just happened to stick out to me. And I think for all the right reasons, because it has to do with the... I've had the opportunity to read a lot of works about the Holocaust and written from the perspective. And Szymborska was Polish, so they endured a lot of treachery, not to the point that the Jewish people did, but they did see their country invaded, and the Poles were pushed around. But it does do a great job concentrating on that particular area of grasping to the last thing that they have control of.
Also makes me think of like that duality of the word still. There's like still by being stagnant,
Yes.
by being able to like isolate, and as well as like continually like it's long after whatever happens to them, they still have their name.
And being in the boxcar is very, it's very reflective of Schrodinger's cat, where when the cat is, when the cat's in the box and you put the knife through it, you don't know whether or not it's not dead or alive until
They're
you
in
open
both
up the
states,
box.
yeah.
So
That's
they
sad.
have, when they're in the boxcar, they have no idea whether or not they're going somewhere incredible or horrible until the doors open and they're given an order. Or if they open the doors up on their own and a guard just pulls out his gun and boom, they're dead. So, be sure to join us next time for another episode of Literary Gladiators. For now, keep reading.